Just a few short months ago, Elon Musk said that he loves Donald Trump as much as a straight man can love another man. Now he has gone absolutely nuclear on Trump in the biggest way possible. What I'm going to say is none of this makes sense. Everything seems unlikely and everyone looks terrible. This is how we lose the midterms and then ultimately lose the presidency via impeachment. And maybe that's what some people want. I don't know. Ultimately, if Trump leaves, J.D. Vance takes over, so I don't know who that would better position in terms of side and motive. I don't know who it serves. So let's just start from the beginning. News broke that Elon Musk was possibly doing copious amounts of drugs. It doesn't seem that we have a clear answer on the validity of those claims, but it's worth mentioning. Democrats have picked it up and ran with it. Now here's where it gets interesting. An article in the New York Times was published in which detailed a black eye that Elon had in his last White House appearance. That was then followed up by Vanity Fair. Their article claims that Elon Musk got into a physical altercation with a cabinet secretary, according to unnamed witnesses. Now here's where I'd say be cautious, because we know the media loves to run with bullshit stories under the guise of anonymous witnesses when they're really just speculating. However, the Economic Times reported that Steve Bannon says that Elon got into a physical altercation with Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary. Bannon said that the fight started with Bessent accusing Elon of failing to meet promises of cutting spending. Quote, "You promised $1 trillion in cuts and now it's just $100 billion. What are you doing?" he allegedly said. Elon apparently responded by shoving the secretary. That's according to Bannon. The Economic Times says that the White House confirmed that the incident happened in April on Elon's last day as a special advisor to Trump. Elon insisted that his black eye was just the result of horsing around with his son Little X. Steve Bannon is now calling for a, quote, formal investigation into Elon's immigration status. Bannon says that Elon is likely a, quote, illegal alien and should be deported immediately. Elon has now parted with Trump and left the White House. In his announcement, he thanked Donald Trump for allowing him to run Doge and said he was, quote, off-boarded as a special employee of the federal government. Trump claims that Elon was, quote, wearing thin and that he asked the billionaire to leave. Trump says that he got rid of the EV mandate that would force all Americans to buy electric cars, and then Elon flew off the handle. Elon has begun tweeting that Trump's tariffs will cause a recession, that Trump is on the Epstein list, along with tons of photos and videos of Trump with Epstein, captioning them with thinking emojis. Elon also said that Trump's big beautiful bill is, quote, an abomination. Trump fired back by saying that Elon knew more about that bill than anyone and that he liked it. He says that Elon never had a problem with it until the EV mandate was cut.
But if they picked him, I would have won Pennsylvania. I won it by a lot. But I'm very disappointed because Elon knew the inner workings of this bill better than almost anybody sitting here, better than you people. He knew everything about it. He had no problem with it. All of a sudden he had a problem. And he only developed the problem when he found out that we're going to have to cut the EV mandate, because that's billions and billions of dollars. And it really is unfair. We want to have cars of all types. Electric, we want to have electric, but we want to have a gasoline, combustion. We want to have different. We want to have hybrids. We want to have all. We want to be able to sell everything.
Trump issued more statements reminiscing in his relationship with Elon Musk.
He's upset. Remember, he was here for a long time. You saw a man who was very happy when he stood behind the Oval desk, and even with the black eye, I said, "Do you want a little makeup? We'll get you a little makeup." But he said, "No, I don't think so," which is interesting and very nice. He wants to be who he is, so you could make that statement too, I guess. Look, Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we're well anymore. I was surprised because you were here. Everybody in this room practically was here as we had a wonderful send-off. He said wonderful things about me. You couldn't have nicer. Said the best things. He's worn the hat. Trump was right about everything. And I am right about the great, big, beautiful bill. We call it a great, big, beautiful bill because that's what it is. And again, biggest tax cuts in history, biggest economic development moves anywhere. We've never done anything like it.
Then, after Elon's tweets, Trump announced that he would be cutting SpaceX contracts in what appears to be a direct political retaliation against Elon. Trump says that cutting Elon's contracts would save the government money. Elon announced that he would begin decommissioning the Dragon spacecraft immediately. This only drove Elon further down the hole, causing more tweets and a bigger shitstorm. I am certain that it is not over. Let me know down below what you think is driving this whole thing. Do you think it was the fight in the White House? Do you think it's the EV mandate like Trump says? Do you think Elon wants to see JD Vance as president and so he's throwing the midterms? Could Elon be threatened by the Tesla board to distance from Trump? What is going on here? Furthermore, are you on Elon's side or are you on Trump's side? Let me know. I'll see you in the next one.